Alright, so this is Tucker House, where all of ASU's engineering students live here on the Tempe campus. It is arguably one of the best dorms here on campus, and it's where I've been living for the past few weeks. And there's almost no documentation on what it's like to live here. On YouTube, there's probably like one or two just simple dorm tour videos. And when I was researching where I'd be living in my college years, it left me with more questions than answers. So that's what I'm here to solve today. So consider this my complete, comprehensive, all-encompassing, omniscient, omnipresent, all-knowing, all-inclusive guide to Tucker House. My moving experience actually went pretty smoothly. Right about 48 hours before you move in, you're given this fast pass. And it's not necessarily a fast pass in any sense of the word whatsoever. It's just a ticket. You need it to get in. If you don't have your fast pass, they're not going to let you in. My check-in area was at the Wells Fargo Arena. I just walked in, printed out my fast pass because I actually didn't have it, and it turns out I needed it to get in. And you just walk through some hallways. There's a bunch of booths with some activities and stuff you can do to win some like free stuff on your first day. It's like shirts. I got a coupon for buy one get one free Cane's chicken, I'm pretty sure, that I haven't used yet, and I'm pretty sure I lost. It's also really smooth. You wrap around the arena a few times. Eventually you're going down the hall where you get your keys and your mail keys, and they give you a thing to hang in your mirror in your car as you drive, and then you're out of the arena, sent back to your car, ready to drive through the gauntlet. The gauntlet was an unforgiving trek down, it was Veterans Way. It'll take you more than one try to get through. You want to make sure the thing they gave you to hang in your mirror is definitely there, or else they're going to kick you out of the line and make you go back around. And yeah, that happened to me. I also took a wrong turn. I had to go back to the beginning of the line. And this line, it's a line of cars down this very small 2-lane street with a light rail in between, and you go very slowly. Sometimes you don't move at all. So you want to make sure that you don't get kicked out of that line and don't have to start over, or else it's going to take you a while. Once you do eventually get through the line, you get to the part where they unload your stuff, and you have a bunch of slaves or helpers. They take all your stuff up to your dorm before you get there. So while you park, you get redirected to a parking garage, which is super full, by the way. No possible way that you're gonna find a parking spot in any reasonable space in there. I somehow managed to get one on the first floor. It was a feat. Then you make your way up to your dorm, and then your stuff is already there waiting for you, which is really cool. So you can go right to setting it up. Tucker is one of the few dorms that does get people that help you move your stuff into your dorm. I know Barrett this year did not. It mostly depends on the year. I'm pretty sure Barrett last year did, but I know people in Barrett who did not get people to help them move their stuff to their dorm and had to move it themselves. Now, one thing I am going to tell you is in video specifically, especially even on this, it looks a lot smaller than it actually is. So this hallway isn't that bad. But I can tell just from looking at this video that it looks actually really small. You actually start out, here's your door where you come in. You actually start out in this little hallway thing. You get 2 closets. There's one closet there, one for each roommate. Mine's the farthest right there. My roommate's is right here. The closets are actually not bad. You got a bunch of storage up there for your stuff. And then doesn't come with hangers. You gotta bring your own hangers. This actually came from underneath my bed. I'll get to that later, but it's basically just a thing. It came with the room. And you get drawers for all your stuff. I got a little laundry basket, which actually does not hold any of my laundry because it's way too small. The closets are actually decent size. Got these sliding doors you can slide on the other side. Got more space. Actually some decent sized closets. And over there's another sliding door into the bathrooms, which are actually shared between 2 dorms. 2 dorms share a bathroom. And then you get into the actual main room, which is divided into 2 kind of spaces. So here's the first space over here, which is my roommate's space. So each space comes with like a desk, a bed, not that fan, just the bed. And it comes with this little side table thing and then 2 There's one set of his drawers, but it comes with 2 sets of drawers, and those are all shoved under the bed. But what we did, and what probably everybody does, is you take them out. So my roommate moved his one table over there. There's one of his sets of drawers. I think his other set of drawers is in the closet or something. And then it comes with this desk and chair, and then everything else you have to supply. You have to supply sheets and blankets and pillows and stuff like that. But it comes with the bed, the desk, the tables, and the drawers. And here's my side, which actually has this weird divider thing, I guess, for privacy or something. I don't know. But I actually took all the drawers out of my bed. So underneath my bed is just a bunch of storage for random stuff. So there's actually one set of my drawers. The other set is in my closet over there, which you saw earlier. And then my little side table thing is actually right here, holding like some binders that you actually never use in college, and then my computer. And then, so here's my side. This desk is actually usually up against that wall, but it wouldn't fit with the thing here, which I actually thought was really cool to have like some shelves in there. So I actually moved the entire desk onto this wall, because this wall is completely empty and it looks super weird. Just have this complete empty wall. So that allowed me to fit like basically an entire computer here, which was maybe a mistake. You don't even end up spending that much time in your dorm, but I guess it's nice to have when you do come into your dorm. And that also makes a lot of room for my laptop charging station right here. Do you end up bringing your own computer or desktop that doesn't have any wireless, or you just hate wireless, there is actually in every room an Ethernet port on one side, and I believe there's another on the other side. So if you and your roommate hate wireless, you both get one Ethernet port, and I believe you're not allowed to switch it or anything, and then you get this kind of shared food area right here, which is basically, it comes with this table thing, and then you get your fridge and freezer combo right here. I believe it used to be just a fridge, but now you also get a freezer, and we're actually out of stuff in our freezer right now. But the fridge is also an okay size. If you have milk, put it here, because if it's open and it's sideways, it'll leak everywhere. True story. And then get this microwave, which has a plug on it and USB ports. I don't know, it's the loudest microwave in the world. It sounds like a jet taking off. It's actually quieter than a jet taking off because we're actually right next to an airport. Then you get these 2 little lock cabinet thingies. And yeah, they're just for locking up general stuff. I put like my bag in here when I'm not here. And then each roommate gets one. You get to supply your own locks, but yeah, you get your own little lock cabinet thing. And then washing machines are provided along with trash disposal for your room, which I think is a given. The washing machines are actually completely free to use for all people in Tooker. You don't even need an ID or anything. If you're in Tooker, you can go in there and use the washing machines. I actually brought a bunch of change for the washing machines, which you don't need. They're completely free to use. Once you put your clothes in them, they lock so that they cannot be taken out until the timer for the washer is over. So if you mess up, unlucky. But that also helps that you don't have to worry about anybody stealing your clothes while you're waiting for them. Just set a timer on your phone and come back once it's about to go off, and then your clothes will unlock for you so that you can take them out with full security. The only problem with the washroom is just get there early-ish so that you can have a washer. On the weekends, they're very full. I don't believe there's one on every floor. I think they're on every other floor. So there's one on my floor. If you can't find one on your floor, just go the next floor up. Mine is in the B wing and is right next to the lobby area. And of course, every floor, not every other floor, it does have a trash room. It's just a trash chute that you throw your trash in a recycling bin. It's pretty simple. I hope you get it. However, I wouldn't worry too much about the space in the dorms if you are worried, because far through the year I haven't actually spent too much time in my dorm because of how good the common areas around ASU are. So here in Tooker, we don't necessarily have the biggest rooms themselves compared to other dorms, especially compared to things like the Barrett suites, where you get like an entire living room, kitchen, and like some rooms that are all locked connected to that. Barrett's rooms are way bigger. There's a bunch of upperclassmen housing, has way bigger rooms, but one thing we do have pretty much better than all other of the dorms here are our common areas. Each floor has this nice lobby, which either has a TV and some couches, or a ping pong table and a bunch more couches. It alternates every other floor. My floor also has a full-size kitchen that I'm pretty sure the other week I saw some people making steak in. If you like hang out around these kitchens and start talking to people, you will get free food. There are some people that bake cookies like every weekend on my floor. I go up there every weekend, talk to them. I get a couple free cookies to take to my dorm. Most wings, not C wings because they're disconnected from the building. I think A wings also don't, but the B wings do have these things called learning centers, which are basically these rooms with a bunch of tables, TVs, walls that are just giant whiteboards that you can work out huge math problems on if you're into that. I don't necessarily use them for that purpose. Me and some friends go in there every now and then and play video games, but I'm pretty sure you can find a use for it that suits you. Somebody actually just completely broke the window out of this one. If none of the Tooker common areas are catching your appeal, there are also a lot of them outside of Tooker that are available to everyone on campus, not just Tooker residents. One of my favorites is the MU. The MU, or Memorial Union, is this giant building in the middle of campus. There's a bunch of conference rooms and meeting rooms for clubs and stuff inside of it, but there's also a bunch of restaurants inside of it. There's a Chick-fil-A, a Subway, a Payway, Jamba Juice, Burger King, so much in there. And there's also a giant TV, which is like 9 TVs strung together. It's pretty insane. We actually hooked a Switch up to it at some point and attempted to play Smash on it, but the input lag was just too high. And then if you do want to head down to the MU and like hook up a Switch and play with some friends or something, there are actual TVs that are meant for that. There are like 8 of them across the walls downstairs. There's tables, TVs, you can hook up Switches, go there all the time, play Smash. There's a bunch of people playing Smash. If you don't have a Switch, you could probably go down there and find some people that are playing Smash and just join them. And then lastly, we get to the Tooker Dining Hall, which is at the bottom of the building on the right side. You use these things called meal swipes, which are included with your meal plan to get in. You just use them to get in. Once you are in, it's set up like a buffet. You can go in and get whatever you want. There's a bunch of stations for different types of food. There's a vegan station if you are worried about that. One of my favorite stations there is the pasta bar. The dining hall itself isn't as good as like say the Barrett Dining Hall. I'd say that like Tooker Dining Hall is like here. You got Barrett a little bit up here, but then you got the pasta bar in Tooker. Pasta bar is really good. The line might be pretty long sometimes, but it's pretty worth it depending on who's cooking there. There's some people that don't cook the pasta very well. You'll know what I mean if you do go through it. But you're not allowed to take any food out. You're allowed to take like one thing out if you grab like an apple or like a donut or something. But there are some people who hide Tupperware in their backpacks and just fill it up and leave with food. Take that as you will. I guess technically you could use a meal swipe in the morning, stay there all day, and then eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner there. If you really wanted, I wouldn't recommend it, but that might be something you're able to do. I've never tried it, never had the need to try it, but if you want to do that, go ahead. I won't stop you. Alright, so that was just my quick guide to what I've experienced here in my couple weeks of Tooker. I tried to answer a lot of the questions that I had when I was coming in, like what it's like to live here. Is it nice? I don't know if I mentioned, but it is really nice here, by the way. I really like the Tooker dorms. They're arguably some of the best dorms on campus. I might be moving to upperclassmen housing next year because Tooker does fill up with freshmen quite quick. But if I wasn't Tooker next year, I wouldn't mind because Tooker is still great. I really hope this video answered any questions you have. If you do have any more, feel free to put them in the comments. I'll try to respond to as many as I can. If there's a bunch of one question or just a lot of questions in general, or there's a lot of demand for it, I might make a follow-up video later answering more of your questions once I've been here longer and know more. I'm still only a few weeks in. I'm still experiencing new things every day here. If you're at Tooker right now and you have any really immediate questions, I'd recommend going to your RA. They're the leaders of every wing or floor here. I'm pretty sure it might be wing. My RA so far has been really helpful. He's a really nice guy. He's set up events for the floor. Just last night we had a trivia night where he gave out like hydro flasks and speakers to the winners. We didn't win, but it was really fun regardless. Your RA is probably going to be really nice. They're going to know a lot. They're upperclassmen. So if you have any questions, I would ask them. But I do hope you enjoyed this video, and that I hope it answered some of your questions, and I'll see you in the next one.